Hello and welcome. This is my 2022 tools for ACC. What I'm willing to use from now on. So, if you're aware, I was used Simhub in the past. I was super happy. I don't have any issues with the Simhub. But there is two other competitors who came out. One of them is Armamentario, and the other one is Racelab. So if you see this tool, so at the moment the two things what I'm using from here: session info, so I can see the weather for the next couple of couple of minutes. I can see the track and the temperature, and also I have a fuel calculator. So my biggest issue with the full calculator in here, in Armamentario, it's not working how I want it. So they always said, okay, be careful when you're using this tool, please calculate one extra lap, and there is some numbers going up and down here, but it was not 100% the things what I'm looking for. And if you're coming to Racelabs, they have a fuel calculator. I removed everything what I don't need, so I'm just using the last 5 laps average. Usually it's doesn't matter what was your fuel average in the first 3 laps or 20 laps before, or if it's a longer stint, like a 4-hour race, what was your first stint average lap if you switch to engine map in the second stint. So for this reason, I really wanted to use the fuel calculator, but I have some issues with Racelab. So the problem is I cannot use the overlay, because for me, when I come into layouts, it's behind the paywall. So I need to pay $3.90 per month, but the basic overlay should work, but it's not working. And I'm in window mode in ACC, so this should work. So everything in here what looks fine, because the relative I don't care, because I'm using the built-in one. I'm already using the HUD to change drivers, tires, everything, so I am using that one. Standings, this is something what I really like. So you have the fastest, the last lap time, you have the gap and everything. Race timer I don't really need, and every other things what I wanted to add here is a pro feature. So again, behind the paywall. And this is not like, okay, you pay £20 once and you will have the full feature. Don't get me wrong, the tool is amazing. I just cannot justify to pay this much money. For example, the head-to-head section with the sector times, it looks amazing, but I just cannot justify to pay £4 a month for a tool that usually can be duplicated and copy-pasted to Simhub. So yeah, the sector times I don't really care, because yeah, sector times are okay. I'm using tools what's telling me if I'm gaining in sector 1, sector 2 or sector 3. This tool is, as always, CrewChief. So for CrewChief you can set it up to how often, but for me, every time when I cross in the finish line, they're telling me, hi, the player behind is faster than you in sector 2, or you're gaining on the car ahead in sector 1. So it's a good tool, but I don't really need it. For flags, I think it's just duplicating everything what the game already have, so it's pointless. Fuel calculator could be good, but I cannot put it to my screen. Standings, yeah, I'm really liking this and the standings when they're scrolling left and right, but the text is too small, and yeah, I don't really see how this can help me. You have these standings, what looks nice, And also there is some other stuff, but flat map, you can easily create this in Simhub. Track map, you have the built-in track map in the game, or you can use Simhub. Data blocks, this can be easily used with Simhub and Pitbox Hub. I think this feature is not really used, because why do you need to know about the temperature when you need the pressures? So Racelabs looks amazing, and especially when you have two different layouts for streaming and for game. But I just don't see what this will be something what I want to use. And you have chat for race starts and everything. This is just race standing. Yeah, I think this is maybe a good feature, but I don't see this as something what I will use. So I was excited for Racelab, but because it's not working for me, this tool is not working. So I was looking for that one, and the problem with Racelab, even if you want to use Racelab, some feature is missing. And this one, you don't have tire overlay at all. So you don't have tire temperature, you don't have brake temperature, you don't have the pressures, you don't know the dry or wet tires on your car. So basically, if you're using Racelab, some features you still need to use external tools like Armamentario. So yeah, I don't know. And if you're using Armamentario, you cannot remove, for example, the session time here from the top, but it's absolutely pointless for me, the duplicated flags. So the problem in this one, you cannot tailor it to your needs. And this is the reason why I'm excited to see new overlays. They're still going back and using my trusty old Simhub. So let's close Armamentario. Let's go back to ACC to internal. So basically this is how I using ACC right now. So the good thing is, if you press record here in the corner, you can record your sessions. And I'm just cheating now, pretending I'm in the middle of a race and I need to switch off this one. So I'm not recording the screen, I will recording the game, and I want to show you. So you need to imagine in the middle, I have the mirror here, and yeah, for in-game, when I check in the mirror, I want to know which gear I am, and I don't want to look anywhere. If someone is following me and I want to downshift or something, I have the gear number in the mirror. This is just for me, absolutely useless for people. I like to have it. Let's start from the top left. So I have 16 liters of fuel. My fuel per lap is 3 liters. I can do 4.7 laps with my tank, and I have 12 liters what I need to refuel, including 1 extra lap. So I don't need to calculate 1 additional lap, I don't need to do anything, I just go into the pit, 12 laps, 12 extra liters, that's it. And if I check the timer, 12 minutes left from the race, my fuel is enough for 14 minutes. Or if I need to refuel, in this case, yeah, I need to add this amount of fuel. Below the mirror I have 2 things. One, the guy in front of me and the guy behind me. I'm using this for ages. I really love this. So they show me the last lap time, what they're doing, and I have the gap front and behind in 60 FPS with way more details than what ACC gives you. Let me check if I can. No, I cannot show you. But in here in ACC you have like 10 FPS refresh rate for the gap, and this is just a little bit more accurate. And as I said, in Racelabs, I'm really like to see the guys ahead, guys behind, fastest lap and last lap, so I can see if they they faster they came out from the pit or something. I can see from the data, and I don't have pit information. So this is something what is not working properly, or I just didn't find a tool what's working for me. Yeah, at the moment I have all of the information what I wanted to use from Racelabs. And below the track, at the moment it's not working in the replay, but they show me if the track is green, fast, optimum, wet, anything what the game tells you is there. And I also have the air and track temperature. So this is the tools where usually you have the information, but you need to go to sub-menus, and in the sub-menus you need to switch, and maybe you are changing your tire pressure, and you need to switch the menus left and right. I have there on the screen straight. And this information you can add in one extra details to your Racelabs if they're working properly, but if you want to have two information at the same time on the screen in the same overlay, you need to pay £3.60 or something a month. And yeah, for me it's just not worth it, because you can go and buy Simhub for one-time payment, way cheaper. I think it's €6, the minimum what you can pay. You can pay more, and you will have 60 FPS all of the data. And on the right side you also have your actual lap time, your last lap time, your best lap time in the session, and the things what I really like, you have your all-time best. I think this is for Hungaroring maybe, I don't know. But yeah, you have this data straight on the screen. And the other things what I cannot find in Armamentario and Racelabs, to map the ArtOverlay show or hide to joystick buttons. Joystick buttons means you are in the middle of the race, data is too much for you, you just want to focus to everything, you want to hide all of the garbage from the screen, one press of the button and nothing is visible, you just hiding your overlay. You can do this in Simhub. I didn't find how can you do it in the other two tools, because they accepting keybinds. So yes, you can map a macro key to your steering wheel, but you need to load it and everything. You just fanatic joystick button 5, hide your overlay. So for this reason, I think Simhub is a little bit better option. And also, everything what you want to use, one button. This is just a browser source, so you can hide or show on your stream with OBS. So for me, it's easy. They can see everything what I can see, and all of the information what I was really like in the other tools, except the pit info. So when was the last time when they pitted, what was the lap time, and the stint info, what Racelab has. Except this information, I have everything. But Simhub is not like a click and working. And let me show you how to do that. One sec. I need. So the good thing in Simhub, I just mixing Racelabs and Simhub. So in Simhub, if you go and register to Racedepartment, what is a free site, you can go to ACC and go to MISC, and you can find Simhub icon here, or if it's missing, Simhub in the name. And if you want to use anything from Simhub, like a universal dash for your mobile phone, you can download this, add it to your device, your mobile phone or your secondary screen or your tablet, and you can use this lovely looking dashboard. And this is also included in the Simhub price, but you need to make an investment once. So yeah, this is why I really like Simhub. And some of the things that people don't like in rFactor 2 looks garbage. So the UI and the menu and everything is just way worse than ACC. So the community for rFactor started to creating lots of things like overlays. And if you come in here, ArtOverlay, this is what I'm using for Artorius 12. We created this overlay for rFactor, but this overlay is a Simhub overlay. So if you can see, the things that I'm using, it's technically here. So you have your throttle input and brake and everything, you have your relative, you have your lap times, you have your track data and everything, and you just download this one, edit a little bit, do some magic. This is the fuel calculator. I didn't change anything on the fuel calculator. Add it to your ACC, and you will have much more source than what you can find on under only ACC. And if you're going back to tools, so basically on tool-wise, I'm using CrewChief. This is for me is essential. Sometimes I forget to start it, and I'm suffering because this is my spot tab. They're telling me for lap times, sector times, people ahead, people behind. Someone pitted. If I'm going to the pit, I will come out behind the P22. Lots of things. Plus, if you want, you can turn on to swear, but I'm not using that feature. So CrewChief is still on my tools. And I find one other tool. What is this ACC DiscoDashboard? And you can download this from somewhere here in ACC. So Disco, yeah, 1.4.7. And this tool, basically, you do 5 laps. They give you your tire pressure, what you need to change. They automatically calculating 37.6. You also can add and remove additional fuel per lap. The application saving your fuel usage. So basically, in Simhub, the biggest issue is what you're facing. One sec. So the biggest issue in Simhub, every time you need to do 4 to 5 laps to have your fuel calculation. This one, when you have a 45 minutes race and the next session will be a 1 hour race, automatically show you need to have 45 liters, 57, 95 or anything, and you just plus minus how much additional laps you want. 1 plus lap, it will be usually enough for your formation and out lap. There is also a small overlay here. They shows your estimation fuel, how much you need if you have a longer session and you need to refuel. They also shows the top speed, estimated best time. At the moment is sunshine. The grip, this will be shows it is optimum, wet, dump or anything. So you can use this overlay if you want. It's not a bad option. But the best thing what you can do, you can share this screen in your Discord. And this is not your game. This is just one very small window. And all of your teammates will automatically see your front left, front right PSIs, tire temperature, brake temperature, what brake pads you're using, and what type of tires you're using. And also they can see how much fuel you need to add. So you're just sharing this while you're racing on your Discord, and they have all of the information. And usually they're asking in the middle of the chicane, "Hi, what's your tire temperature?" You're just looking right, and oh, this is my tire temperature. And when you start into reading your PSI, tire pressure, when you start reading your PSI, you crash. It's happened with me lots of times. So they're just telling you, okay, front left +6 because this shows the PSI, what you need to change. +6, -7, blah blah blah. It shows 0.10 or 0.09 or something. So you need to, one click is 0.1. So you need to a little bit do some mods in your head, but it's not rocket science. And yeah, for this reason, this tool, for me, it's part of my tools what I'm using in 2021. And what else I'm using? Yeah, I'm still using the let me find it. This one. Simsource client is already running in the background, so I'm using Simsource. If you can see, and I'm going to ACC Simsource. This is just for me. I love data and the collecting all of your lap times, everything. So basically, when I'm not using this tool, or even if I'm using this tool but I don't have any data, I'm just looking for a race session. For example, with the BMW, it was on Hungaroring, and bam, I have all of the information, sector times, how slow slow my time, what's the potential best performance. And if you come in here, you can see there's a few per lap, and they also have your best lap time. And you don't need to do anything if you're using this tool and you already logged in and linked with your Steam account. One click, and they automatically filled your lap time, your fuel per lap, and you're just selecting here, oh, this is 1 hour race. Or if it's a 1 hour 27 race, you have formation lap and you have post race lap. Calculate, you need 133 liters of fuel. This is including formation and post race laps, and also they're telling you this will be 49 laps. So you can decide, do you want to do a refuel, or you will going in map 2 and skipping, if it's possible, skipping some pit stops. So this tool is well, for me it's good. And also before I used the sorry, this is my profile. So this is what I'm using. And if you go to driver statistics, there is one other things what I really like. So you will have a race. Your friend is inviting you to Barcelona, and you don't remember when was the last time when you raced in Barcelona and what's the average lap times you're doing and what kind to select. So yep, I can do Barcelona with a Ferrari. This was my last lap time. This is my McLaren fastest lap, and I did a GT4. So you have all of your laps per car, your own data here. And you can see, okay, yeah, I want to do this. Yep, you have all of the information what you need. This site is just collecting everything, send it to the cloud, and you will have a website where you can see everything. And also, there is one of the two things. You setting up your car with your friend to the race, and they said, okay, we will be using this, this, and this, and this setup, but you already have your own setup. So you have a tool to load setup 1 and load setup 2. And you will have a full information to this is what you change and blah blah blah. So this is just helping to understand why you feel the car is better or worse if the tow is like +5 or -3. It's just if you understand setups, this will be good. It's not for me, but usually I'm using CrewChief setups for the BMW. So for me, I'm not using this tool, but this can be helpful. And the other, you have an FOV calculator. This is not the best FOV calculator, but you can use it. So you can select your aspect ratio, you can select the distance from your eyes to the monitor, blah blah blah. But there are better tools than this one. So yeah, this is the tools what I'm using, and I made Z1 analyzer purchase. So this is one of the things what I'm using. Yeah, let's go with maps. Okay. BMW. Yeah, I can click. So this is Imola with the BMW, and I'm using this tool instead of Motec because for me it's a little bit easier to understand where we are and what we're doing. You can easily go to analyzes lab overview. This is the section what I'm trying to utilize in the future. But they show the data, they're telling everything, and if you come here, they can telling you missed many apexes, blah blah blah, and every corner you will have some details, and you can be a little bit faster, you can be a little bit slower, and they also have like speed differences between you and the other lab. And this is your own lab, but you can also load other labs from the cloud. So it's not bad. I have the cheapest option. I don't have the monthly subscription, so it's a one-time investment, but it gives me extra information. If you're interested about this, I can go through and create a tutorial. But basically, this is just a very noob-friendly way to, oh, okay, you missed the apex in this turn, and you can go and run and again and again. And this is coming with a server plus the dashboard. So basically, this is running in the background, and you don't do anything. When you're done with the race, you can just come back here and check your data. And I think they also have driving line differences. So basically, you like a GPS data, everything is collected, and when you're coming here, you can see, oh, this corner I have 3 different driving lines, and you can see which one is better, which one is faster. You can automatically go back to your Motec light data here, and you can select, okay, let's check this corner. Automatically you can see which corner you're talking about. It's a little bit red here, and you can see, oh, okay, I was braking way later. I have different oh, I messed up. I was braking later, but you can see everything like in Motec. But this is, for me, it's a little bit easier to understand. It's not the best tool. It's not better than RST. I have RST license. I'm using that one. I also have Motec. It's not the perfect tool. I'm just saying for me, this one is working, because this for me just visualized everything what I wanted to see. And also they have some like 3D map and everything, what is just gimmicks, but basically you can have black and white, you can have color, you can rotate it, you can have 3D. What is technically, you can see, okay, if you go up, and down, but it's not that important to have 3D map, but yeah, why not? And the other things what you can do, if I remember, you can do a data analysis when you have this lap, and you can attach a video clip to the lap time. So when you're watching back your lap and you're checking your braking line and everything, you can also watch the video, correct it to the same position. I didn't bother to deal with it yet. Maybe I will use it in the future, but at the moment this is not the biggest issue what I need to deal with. But yeah, these are the tools that I'm using in 2022. I'm almost at 2021. Yeah, if you have any question, if you want to know how I changed, for example, in ACC, when you're coming to the Dash Studio and overlays, I changed things. So basically, when I'm not racing, all of my overlays is invisible. So when you get the default art view, for example, and you're going to the dashboard editor, you have only one screen. But if you come into the dashboard and add the second screen, what I just did, so every time when I'm in either screen, so the game is not running, I'm in the menu, or I'm in the pit, the fuel calculation is disabled. So when I'm not racing, I don't have the overlay on my screen. And this kind of small tricks, or some of the information was not in the position where I want. So the original art-free leaderboard has different things what I didn't like in the place where it is. Or for example, if I click here and I have the timing, the editor is massive. It's covering everything, but it takes time to change everything how you want. So basically the temp time, if I don't want it, I just selecting delete, delete. I don't have the temp time anymore. And I just need to change the size a little bit up, a little bit up, and now I don't have the temp time there. And if you want, you can save it as a second one, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saving this one. Or before you doing the weather change, you just coming here and doing the duplicate overview and you editing duplicates. Because originally in here, there is a weather information with icons. So you can see if it's rain, storm, everything. But these icons working in rFactor, and because I'm using an rFactor tool, I had to change to use the data from somewhere else, and I have the optimum blah 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 information. I changed the text, the size, and everything to match with the other side. It's a little bit more work, and this is why I believe Simhub is better, because you can tailor it for yourself. But it's not just click 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 and everything is working. So this is the advantage on Racelabs and Armamentario or any other tools, because you can just go there and use it. But I still using Simhub. And yeah, if I come into Arduino, man, I cannot speak. This is my RGB LED. So basically I have all of the information what I need. When I start the race, good luck Flint, I have data front and back. So the same thing what I have next to the mirror, I have on my how much? I think it's 7 segment matrix. So I have all of the information there. I have lots of things on the screen. Also, I have RGB LEDs, what I'm using. I think I'm using these RGB LEDs. So when the game is running, I have, yeah, different kind of information. So let's start the replay. This one. And I cannot show you, but I yeah, in here. Rev is changing. Let's go a little bit faster. You can record up to 60 FPS video with your replay, but you can see everything, so you can rev match the LED LED. I also have a matrix what shows and blinking when I need to shift. It shows my gear. I cannot use sadly this one for flags, but yeah, this is the smallest issue, because we're coming back to the RGB LEDs. In the side section I'm using two LEDs for flags, but at the moment I'm doing a hot lap, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you can utilize this to do much more than the other two tools. So this is why I'm using Simhub. And yeah, you also can use shaker motor, shake it motors, blah blah blah, lots of things. And also, if you have a mobile phone, you're just coming to dashboards and you're just looking for something. I think this is what I used. I just used in the window mode, and you have dash, and you can add this to yeah, the low fuel at the moment is not working, because when you're recording there, this is somehow the calculation is not perfect, but when you are in game, this is working as expected. So you have predicted, you have last lap, best lap, every information, TC information, everything is working as expected when you're in the game. So for this reason, I think Simhub is a better tool for me, and this is why I'm staying with it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being amazing and awesome. Stay safe, stay cool. See you next time. Cheers.